Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Virgos, is number 50 and it says recall memory. So the number 5 or 50 are coming through prominent with this energy. There are shells in this picture. Shells are known as wisdom. It's the water, when the water washes on the seashore and he's behind these shells that have the wisdom of the water or the wisdom. This is also about recollection, recalling the past experiences. Maybe you're actually doing something with these shells, decorating your house or buying some items that have a shell logo on it. But memory and recall is all about going to the past, revisiting the past with our experiences or past skills or people, situations, places, whatever, but something of the past, some lessons that you learned in the past that are now going to help you in the future. You know, they're going to decide your direction. They're going to help shape your future. And because you're the earth sign, you're the 6th house sign of practicality, of refining things, of working hard, of having a structure. So some of you might be revisiting the past projects to see what things went wrong and how they can be improved. You could be revisiting your past decisions, what you took and how they went wrong and what can you change about this. This could also be setting behavioral patterns or the way you do things. Maybe you're shifting that up. So maybe something worked, maybe something failed in the past and now you're trying to re-strategize, restructure your current approach. Maybe it's a business plan or some personal routine you're trying to make it more efficient or shift something up, because see, memory is not just cerebral, right? It's not just about mental, using the mind faculty. It's full energetics. And whatever we do in the past, it kind of leaves that mark, whether it's in the body and the aura, whether it's your health routine, your diets, your patterns of sleeping and waking, or your patterns of behaving, or the way you do things, the career choices that you make, the whatever the city choices you make, everything shapes us. Everything leaves an imprint on our mind, on our body, on our energetic aura. So I feel that, Virgos, it's time for you to, actually heal the past karma, recollection, whether you're recalling things, whether you're doing things because of a pattern of the past life, or you're just past situations. It could be anything. But going back and researching what you did, how you did, and why you did it, and then making those shifts, making the changes. Maybe you're aligning with new trends, or you're trying to see if you're trying to see what are the past market trends, what went wrong, what was successful, what failed, and you're trying to align that or strategize that into new project launches. There could be something of the past that you're wishing, maybe albums or your past assignments, or your, some things that you did in the past, your businesses, or things like that. Maybe you're trying to make career changes, career developments. Maybe you're like, oh, in the past I did this wrong. I should not have taken up this subject to that and things like that. And you're trying to fix it and you're trying to shift things up in your career. This could be skill sets that you're trying to reapply. Maybe you learned something in the past and now you're like, it's time to use it. So it could be anything, but something that is inspired in the past. Now you're trying to create something meaningful, different, that will be more successful in the future. Whether it's communication or whether it's the past, what is that? You had some conflicts with people or resentments or things like that. So you're trying to see like what caused it, what were the factors and how can you improve that? How can you change that? This could also be, if you're in top leadership, you're trying to see how to align with current, future sustainable practices. But something about looking at the past, learning from that, and now you're integrating in the present to create a new direction, a more successful direction, or a different direction. So you're trying to analyze that. You're using your analytical skills to come up with new ways of being or doing things. The next card you have, Virgo, is number 4. And this is the 4th house energy. Your 6th house, right? You're the earth sign. You ruled by Mercury, and here you have the energy of Sun and Cancer, which is 4th house, and it says home. Focus on your home and your love. So this is more about, reminds me of the home and love ritual, right? That we that we can have for ourselves, to nurture ourselves, to nurture our family. Um, just fourth house is all about home, family, strengthening the bonds, redoing the house, or feeling comfortable at home, or creating the Zen spaces for meditation, or strengthening relationships, whether it's friends, family, or neighborhood, or community relationships, like coming together, talking to people, gatherings that make you happy. This can also be taking care of yourself. It's like self-care. Sun in Cancer is like new self-care routines. Um, you know, enjoying familiarity, familiar places, familiar people. This is also about having meditation routines and things like that. Maybe something that you're doing to nurture your own self. Maybe you're having new exercise routines or new diet routines. Something about the home. This can also be you're participating in supporting the community or supporting people at home. This could be cozying up your home, changing the decor, or changing the environment, purifying it. This can also be changing up your routine at home, what you do. Maybe you work in the night, now you're shifting up to the morning, or vice versa. This could also be creative projects that are related to your home. Cancer is also like water. It's cardinal water. So you could be doing projects related to environment by the shore. You had seashells in Alaska. You could be into water, ocean, and projects like that. Or you're trying to create some water space, water fountains, and that kind of sense piece, something about the water as well. But this is like more about home environments, and it's also like for you Virgos, staying at home or in familiar spaces is like it gives you that time to recharge your mind, to have some maybe breath work, that allows you to focus better. It enhances your focus or things like that. This could be also nurturing people or nurturing bonds that maybe that, was strained or things like that, bringing them together. This could also be focused on your wellness or community wellness, or you're learning about wellness routines or wellness studying, or you're practicing wellness for the community and healing people. That could be you opening up some businesses related to wellness. This can also be something to do with your emotions, feeling differently, feeling, new kind of emotional escape, emotional area of yours, how you feel, what do you feel about things, and very intuitive. And you're trying to balance out your Virgo energies with the Cancer energy, which is like practical energies, with your emotional or heartfelt energies, whatever makes you happy. This could be healthcare, taking care of your health or the health of your near and dear ones. Maybe you're supporting your family, your kids, elderly, and things like that. The next card you have, Virgo, is number 42, and it says rebirth. So rebirth, the number 4, and number 2, and the number 6 are coming through prominent with this energy. And these are actually very powerful numbers. 4 is like balance, right? Stability. 2, and it's all about, nurturing, taking care of yourself, self-care routines. It could be maintaining balance in your life, in your routines and things like that. But rebirth energy, if you see there's a phoenix rising over here, so there is a transformation happening, some kind of a renewal in your life, in some area of your life. This could be, this is an evolution, rising with clarity. There could be new opportunities that are providing you opportunities to grow. This could be, there's something new which is starting for you, Virgos, right now. And the rebirth happens when we have that strength. You pull on the inner strength to make those changes, to rise. And now we have the clarity, like which direction we want to go. So I feel that you might be changing things up, whether it's in your personal life or in your social life or in your career. It could be day-to-day routines also. It's like letting go of the old habits, the old routines, the old ways of doing things. And focusing on, your own self, your growth, a renewal of your own patterns or personality or the way you dress, or this is more about Venus and Leo, which is about vitality. It's like focusing on your energy how you do things, maybe aligning with the maybe maybe you were waking up late or sleeping late or things like that. You're shifting that up because you felt like, something was draining your energy. Now you have the clarity, you have the understanding, and now you're making those changes. And it takes a lot of courage to make those changes. So I feel that you are moving forward with a lot of courage, whether you're leaving jobs and careers that are not anymore serving you, and now you're, shifting things up in that area, or you're just shifting up your own personal routines. Maybe you had some exercise routines or diets that you were, that you were taking to before, and now you're changing things up and more balanced lifestyle. This could also be this could be like if you're the boss in the company, you might be going to more sustainable systems, reinventing the company policies, innovating things, adapting to newer trends, leaving routines or processes that are unproductive, whether in your personal life or in your professional life. This is also focusing on yourself, your self-worth, your self-improvement. Maybe you're starting some personality projects or new personal projects. This could be also health and healing and meditation or something creative you could be starting. This is also taking care of your diet, your holistic well-being. This is like taking care of myself, body, mind, and soul. Aligning with things, aligning your routine in your day-to-day with things that make you happy, that bring that inner joy. So there is something like newness, whether you have that new confidence or you have the new freedom or you have the new routine, or something is shifting in a big way for you. And the last card for today you have, Virgos, is number 14, and it says temperance. So temperance is all about balance, again, balancing your life, doing things, allocating time. It's like, this time for this time for this. So practicing moderation, whether in your health or your how much you spend time in the gym or how much you exercise or what you eat and how much you eat and things like that. How much time you're spending with Tommy, how much time you're spending at work and things like that. So finding the middle ground, finding a balance, whether it's balance in relationships or resolving conflicts or balancing out your project, your life, your personal life. This could also be restructuring things at your work, to not overdo anything. And I feel that it is about, breaking down older habits, older patterns, and, because temperance is like a breaking down. It's a dissolving things in the sense that dissolving old habits, patterns, and coming up with something new. You had the Phoenix energy. So old patterns, leaving that, whether how you do work or how you travel, how you do things at home and things like that. Maybe, learning up new skills, finding balance, basically middle grounds. But this is also about being patient with the process. So not doing everything in once, but slowly but surely making those changes, and smooth transitions from older habits or older ways of doing to newer ways of doing. And these being general messages, Virgo, let me know how these play out in your life or in the environment around you. And I hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.